The Mongol Empire, at its zenith in the 13th century, was a sprawling dominion stretching from East Asia to Eastern Europe, bound together not by blood but by fear and the absolute authority of the Great Khan. For decades, the steppe nomads had terrified the settled civilizations of the world with their lightning cavalry tactics and ruthless campaign strategy, creating a sense of omnipotent destiny that seemed unshakable. The stability of this vast realm depended entirely on the military might of the Khan and the unified command structure that allowed forces to be projected with terrifying speed across continents. However, beneath the surface of this terrifying power, a deep ideological and religious rift was festering between the two ruling brothers, the Il Khan in the west and the Khan of the Chagatai Ulus in the central lands. Their dispute over succession and control of the western territories threatened to shatter the empire's political cohesion, turning potential allies into mortal enemies and leaving the massive logistical networks required for transcontinental warfare in disarray. This internal friction created a vacuum of authority that the remaining Khanates could no longer ignore, signaling that the era of unchecked expansion was drawing to a sudden and catastrophic close, and a twist of fate that history would forever link to the figure of Ojurd. The struggle for control in the western regions inadvertently led to a decisive battle that would fracture the Mongol heartland. While the initial clash was fought over local political maneuvering and revenge for personal slights, the engagement quickly escalated into a pivotal confrontation that exposed the declining morale and fractured command of the Mongol forces. The outcome was not a strategic masterstroke by the Khanate leadership, but rather a chaotic brawl that resulted in the catastrophic defeat of the Central Mongol army, effectively severing the chain of command that had held the empire together for generations. This single defeat marked the irreversible beginning of the Mongol Empire's disintegration, as the loss of central authority allowed the separate Khanates to declare independence and pursue their own agendas without fear of retribution. From the east, the momentum of conquest, once a terrifying force that swept through China, Russia, and Persia, evaporated as the successor states turned their weapons inward against one another in a civil war that lasted for decades. The once unbreakable Mongol tiger had clawed its own throat, transitioning from the world's greatest superpower to a crumbling collection of rival states, leaving a power vacuum that would eventually invite the rise of the Timurids and the eventual arrival of the rising Ottoman and Ming dynasties.